So we have worked to establish, train, and grow this program called the My Village model, where we create teams of wraparound support in church partnerships near pregnancy centers. And so these teams consist of 2 to 4 families. And when a woman like Desiree is at a pregnancy center and she says, I want to choose life, but I'm all alone, or I'm wrestling with this decision and I don't have anyone else to talk to, the people at the pregnancy center can say, hey, we'd love to get you connected to this My Village team. That team can do, because it's scary to say yes. Nobody's like, oh, great, I want 100 friends during this crisis in my life. That's not what they're doing. They're actually doing really practical, helpful things. So they can drive that mom to her prenatal appointments. If she does have other kids, they can babysit during those appointments. They throw her a baby shower. They do a meal train after the baby comes. They do these really practical things that we know how to do for each other inside of our churches, but we've somehow lost sight of going outside of our churches to where people are really socially isolated and saying, here, let us take what we're offering each other that's kind of bouncing around on the inside of our walls, and let's offer it to those outside of the church who are truly socially isolated. And I've been doing this work now for several years, like I said, and I can't tell you how many women take an Uber to the hospital all by themselves. They labor and deliver with nobody holding their hands. And then they take an Uber home from the hospital with this new little baby, and they have no team. I mean, when I had babies, my mom was at my house. My mother-in-law helped clean. I had friends who were bringing me meals and praying for me and coming to my house and playing cards with me when I was bored and on bed rest. And so there's all of these things that we know how to do. It's not rocket science. We just have to figure out how to do it for these families who are socially isolated. And so I would love to ask Desiree, and I've never asked her this before. Um, but what do you think were some of those practical needs that you had during that season, or maybe during the season that you're in now? What are some practical ways that you're like, man, I would love to do this for a mom who was in my shoes, or I wish somebody would have done this for me?
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm on the spot. Practical needs. Back then, the biggest practical need was just a friend because I am from Michigan. I moved to Ohio, 8+ years ago with an ex who I broke up with, and that breakup was pretty much every familial connection I had here in Ohio. So just practically, I just needed someone to say, "Hey, you're not by yourself," and like truly genuinely mean it. Because the only friends I had were coworkers, and every time I switched jobs, the quote unquote friends that I had would switch based on my job. I didn't have a true community that I was a part of. Um, Now that I'm pregnant again and seeing more of the depths of pregnancy, some of that support, I mean, has included friends just praying over me, um, someone checking in on me regularly, just saying, "Hey, how are you feeling?" All the girls in my Bible study group, they are regularly just reaching out. Like, I mean, I'm naturally kind of an isolator. That's how I ended up in a socially isolated situation to begin with. I'm an introvert. I like to spend time alone, which is in some ways restorative to me, but I also know is a space that the enemy uses to keep me by myself and to let me, you know, doom cycle in my own head. Um, just having friends to just genuinely reach out randomly and say, "Hey, do you need anything? Do you want to come over for game night?" Like a reason to get out. I mean, just being on this call, like I had a reason to shower today. I had a reason to put on some makeup and actually, pull myself together, which I'm realizing when you're feeling so terrible, especially first and second trimester. In my case, working from home, working remotely, I have very little reason to take care of myself physically. And I'm noticing how that is even impacting my mental space during this pregnancy. So just having reasons, someone said, "Hey, let's go get lunch today," or "Come to Bible study on Monday night," or let's see, having someone offer to go pick up food. Like, we had friends from our group who know that I've been struggling, and Jake's been working nonstop to keep me alive like a houseplant. We had friends offer, like, "Hey, can we cook you guys dinner?" I know Jake can do it, but he's also going to work every day and caring for you in every other way. And dad needs help just as much as mom does because dad's carrying the entire weight of our entire household right now. So just it's the little things. It's just feeling it. Yes, obviously, rides to doctor's appointments. That's huge. Having someone hold your hand while delivering. That's huge. But having people who you know actually care about you and are going to be there for you and your baby, I think are the things that matter the most. And it's the little things.